guys, welcome to another episode of the F1 2021 My Team career here on F1 2021 and the ChesnoidPlays channel. If you enjoy this video and you want to see all of the previous rounds and you haven't seen them yet, then check the channel page. Make sure you drop the video a like. Subscribe to this ChesnoidPlays channel. You guys have been showing great support to the F1 2021 content. If you want to see them streamed live, then as ever, there's a link in the description down below to the Twitch channel where you can do exactly that. Today we find ourselves in Singapore, where weather could go any which way, really. Sometimes it's completely dry. Sometimes, because of the nature of the climate in Singapore, it can absolutely monsoon it down. But hopefully, we're going to have a dry race. It is at night. You can see, actually, it looks like it is going to be dry. There's some rain in P2. Oh, we didn't get the fuel efficiency, did we? Oof. I think it's probably going to be dry, but the track temperature will certainly be lower, then warm up a little bit. 43% chance of rain later in the race, though. If I move out of the way slightly, you can see those final couple. 43% chance of rain at the end of the Grand Prix. It might rain hard enough for wet weather running. It might not. This is going to be very intriguing. The Singapore Grand Prix, once you get the flow of the circuit, is a very enjoyable track, albeit the longest on the calendar. Thank you very much, Zach, for the 13 bits, mate. Appreciate it, dude. Hope your stream went well yesterday. Thanks for following Kareem as well. Right, for those of you on YouTube, I shall see you in a moment. I'm going to go and get my practice session in and hopefully raise some resource points, and then we can jump to quali. So I'll see you in a moment. But yeah, drop the video a like. Make sure you subscribe as well, and I'll see you in a moment. I'm just not fast enough. Just not fast enough.
Okay, you weren't quite good enough that lap. Try again.
I've not been quite good enough in any of the laps. So we've gotten some resource points from that, but lap time wise, I'm not sure I'm going to be very quick. I'm not sure how this is going to transpire in quali, but I must remember. I probably should have done it before we left the session there, but I can still do it next. I must remember to change my ICE and my turbocharger before we go to quali. So change your ICE, Ches. Change your turbocharger. Thanks for the follow, Big Al. Welcome to the channel, mate.
Are you happy with your performance today?
Wasn't ideal, but I'll try and improve.
What exactly was it you weren't happy about?
I'm not going to say anything in particular that's going to affect a department, so I'm not going to comment on that, actually.
You left some body work out there on the
Nothing
track.
that won't buff out. Nothing that won't buff out.
Appreciate your time.
No worries, Claire. That was fine. But yes, change parts. Thank you, Master. We will absolutely make sure we do. We're at 100 AI. 100 AI as well as 100% race distance. Right. Change your parts. ICE. A new ICE. No penalty. Was it turbo is what we wanted to do. New turbo. No penalty. Still run that. Still got loads of time on that. Still got loads of time on that. Okay, fine. Right then. Well, let's head to quali. Where I don't know whether we were. I was obviously slow for the practice programs, but I don't know what my pace was like comparatively to everybody else for an actual genuine lap time. Oh, I'm still so close to being level 8. Hopefully, we can level up to level 8 today, so that I can then add extra. I can buy extra perks for my driver moving forward. Thank you for the follow, Sander. Welcome to the channel, mate. The lap improves, but only by half a tenth. We were P20. We may even be... Well, we were P20. We may even be further back than that come the end of the qualifying session. Not strong in Singapore. The pace is not strong. I have a funny feeling I might have been last there. Where was my teammate? Robert Schwartzman gets through... Robert Schwartzman gets through to Q2 with an excellent lap of 1:35.5. And I needed to find 4 tenths. And in the end, it was 6 tenths the difference between our teammate and ourselves. So what I might do, I'm only a tenth faster than bloody Latifi. What I might do is take more engine penalties here. Seeing as we're 21st, we might as well lose the extra spot. And take the engine penalties. Please, please. Yes! Level 8. Oh, thank God. Oh, I just wanted to make sure I got to level 8. I might take the engine penalties around here. Because it'll only knock us back one spot. And that will see us through for the rest of the season. So it will start cool but dry, presumably, and then 43% chance of rain towards the end. We might see some drizzle maybe, but whether it will actually Whether it will actually affect the overall race, I'm not sure. Right, so we'll take new parts for everything there. That will give us a 60 place grid penalty, but we can only go back one spot, so we'll start 22nd and not 21st. That's fine. So how did Robert do in Q2? That's the question. Through 2 it with the P15 time. Was he able to go any further forward? Lewis second. Valtteri on pole. Pole's on the right-hand side here at Singapore.
Considering the rest of the grid,
with obviously a left-hander first turn. Ricciardo third. Perez. Leclerc then Norris. Leclerc's done a great lap there then. Verstappen surely taking a penalty.
Max Verstappen.
Yeah, Verstappen with the penalty because his time was better than Stroll's. Russell P14. Schwartzman, has he taken grid penalties as well? He has. That's a shame.
Wood, they've taken a grid penalty. Latifi, Schwartzman, and Fernando Alonso rounds off the grid.
So it says that's weird. It says 19th there, but I think that's bugged out a little bit. See that? Then it says plus 0.29. Yeah, that's fine. It's 25 seconds quicker to do soft, medium, medium. But yes, it is going to be a long race. Singapore is 1 minute 40 plus a lap. So, and they're how many laps? 57 was it? 61. It's a 61 lap race, and fuel is close, as you can see. 61.1 laps is all you can put in. So we may, if it is going to, if it's going to rain a bit, I could probably We'll just go with it. We'll go with exactly 61 laps. Everyone else is going to be running a full fuel tank, so we'll just have to do the same. Thanks for following, Leeds. Welcome to the channel, mate. And Hayden, thank you for the follow. Where'd Fernando go? Where'd Fernando go? Has Fernando's doing another lap. What the hell? Okay, it's properly bugged. Fernando is doing another lap. Wait, what? That's a new one. That's very strange. He was the only guy with warm tyres. See, not wrong. There you go, he's back. He just bumped into position. And I am properly in P22, although everyone is 1.201 seconds ahead of me apparently. Right, now I have no idea how this is going to work out. I could try and sneak up the inside of Fernando here if I can follow Robert through. And he is going to have the inside line for the next corner, but he's on mediums. We've taken Fernando. Oh, Fernando means business. Deary me, he went for it there, didn't he? Christ. Okay, Fernando's taken us. Bloody hell! Robert's starting on mediums as well, which is intriguing. We are actually borderline with fuel as well. It's probably safe to presume that we will get lapped today. Albeit perhaps only once on such a long circuit, but it is a long way as well. The circuit's not actually that long in terms of actual overall track length, but because it's such a slow average speed, that's why the lap time is so high. Good, we got a good exit, and he doesn't have DRS. Should be a bit of a sitting duck here, Robert. Should be able to take our teammate relatively comfortably here. And indeed we do. Up to P19. Past our teammate. Time to get after those in front. Try and close that gap down so that I get DRS. Because they just drifted away from Schwartzman, so much so that he just drifted out of DRS range, which is what made him vulnerable on that straight. So I need to close that gap again. Okay, we've had a good third sector there. We're within DRS range in front and out of DRS range behind. That's going to bring us back into the hunt. Provided I don't then go super wide there and lose it all again. Which I have done. Oh, I hate myself. You fight so hard for 3 laps to get yourself within DRS range, and then one mistake and you lose it all. So on lap 10, we're going to pit from P17. And Carlos Sainz is doing the same. Intriguing. Thought Carlos might try and last a little bit longer, but he hasn't. So we're pitting. Sainz in front of us is pitting. Good pit stop, please. That's a number of the other cars are also pitting. I think perhaps Sainz made it through to Q3.
Go. Exit now. We're racing on the exit.
Balls that up. I think Carlos Sainz got through to Q3, so the softs that he started the race on
Okay, you only have to stop once
were the
now.
softs that
One stop left.
he used in Q2. Annoyingly, I fucked up that pit exit, and now he's going to be well out of DRS range, and presumably just get further and further away. So Sainz's undercut is going to work really well on that group that was in front of us, the 2 Hasses and the Alfa Romeo. I don't know how well my undercut might work, if at all. I'm going to have to drive a near perfect second stint, really. Russell's in the pits. If I can get out ahead of George, give me some confidence. Which we absolutely haven't. Six seconds down the road, George Russell. So he started quite high, didn't he? George started the race quite high, I think. Well, Robert's currently P10. And yeah, George started P14. So he started well further down the track than us. But even though we're running P22 at the minute, we are absolutely definitively not last.
Gap to car in front is 3.8
Not a net last
seconds.
in this Grand Prix. Daniel Ricciardo is out. Daniel Ricciardo is out of this session. A yellow flag for Daniel Ricciardo. Presumably, it's just an engine failure or a mechanical failure, because otherwise there would have been a safety car, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, his engine's gone bang, look. And he's pulled over. That won't cause a safety car or a VSC at all, I wouldn't have thought there. Daniel Ricciardo out of the Grand Prix. That's an extra place for us.
Be aware,
just
there's
round
an
here.
incident in the next part of the track. No overtaking through the yellow flag.
There he is on the left. RIP Daniel's Mercedes engine. He's out of the Grand Prix.
We're trailing our teammate by 19.1 seconds. They're on old mediums. They're in 10th. The time last lap was a 1:43.5.
Right, a 43.5. Let's keep an eye on what sort of lap time we're doing. And then in a few laps' time, we'll ask and see what that gap is. Because I think with the pace of those 2 Haas cars slowing everybody else down, I think this undercut could work really well for us. Going soft tyres first might make us a handful of positions here in the long run. I hope. I hope. So I think we're definitely closing in on that gap. All aboard the Haas train. Saving our... Well, not saving our Grand Prix. This is by design, isn't it? This is by design. We purposefully chose to go onto the softs first so that we'd come out on a fresh set of tyres about now.
Okay, gap ahead is 8.0 seconds.
This is really, really working in our favour. Very, very heavily working in our favour here. Intensity, thank you very much for the brand new Prime Gaming sub, mate. Welcome to the gang. If you or anyone else that's subscribed would like to join the Discord and aren't already in there, then if you link your Twitch and your Discord accounts together, then you'll be able to join from that connections tab on your Discord. And we still don't know for sure if there is going to be rain at the end of the race. We still don't know for sure if there is going to be rain at the end of the race, because it said 40 something. Was it 48% chance or 46% chance? I mean 44% chance of rain at the end of the Grand Prix. So it might rain, but even if it does, it might not rain heavily enough to force us off of soft tyres, or off of dry tyres even. Thanks for the follow, Finley. So I'm hoping we should just be able to run an ordinary fully dry race and just make time because of this pit strategy. They will be quick at the end of the Grand Prix if they do go to a soft stint, but track position is king. Especially on a track like this. You can see that from the way that nobody's able to get past anyone else up ahead of us. And we are starting to close in on Russell and Sainz now as they're about to catch the back of that train too. There you go. In the pits now, an AlphaTauri and a Haas. It's Giovinazzi and Mick Schumacher. This was our chance to undercut. Our chance of undercutting has worked wonderfully. We've taken 2 positions of cars that were in front of us before we pit because we've made this pit strategy work. Not only that, it's earned us a chunk of time as well. So that we're up to P18 at the minute and we should have more positions to make. Another couple perhaps. Oh, Alonso's still in there too. So maybe 3 positions to be made at the minute.
Conditions look stable at the moment. No rain currently expected.
No rain currently expected. Kimmy's in the pits. Mick's in the pits. I didn't even think about Kimmy. I didn't think we'd get past him. He's on his way out of the pits now. Kimi Räikkönen. But we have taken Kimi Räikkönen too. We're up to P16. Up to P16. Surely this pit strategy can't work this well come the end of the Grand Prix. I mean, it might. But we're probably going to have to, rather than be the one doing the hunting at the end of the Grand Prix, we're going to be the hunted. We're going to be the one that everyone else is trying to catch and get past. And rather than doing a lot of attacking at the end of the Grand Prix and hoping to make a number of overtakes, we're going to be doing a lot of defending at the end of the Grand Prix and hoping not to get overtaken. But, fingers crossed, we can work it in our favour and we can now see the cars in front of us. We can see that train that are now all stuck behind my teammate, Robert Schwartzman, who I don't think is going to stop for another couple of laps. At least I hope he doesn't stop for another couple of laps. I'm not expecting him to stop until about lap 23. Because that's the sort of stint that we're doing on our medium tyres, about 23 laps. 23 to 26 laps, actually. But Sainz is now past Russell, I've just noticed this as well. There you go, there you go, there you go. Rain in about 15 minutes. Rain in about 15 minutes. But those drivers that started on the mediums, they will not last that long. They will have to pit again. And we have to hope then that the rain falls around about just before, really, preferably, we're about to make our second stop. We're going to have to be doing some defending soon. Latifi's really made a big jump, but obviously he and George, who's now in the pits again, are 3 stopping, sorry. He and George are 3 stopping. Up to Kimi now, just 1.2. Here comes the Kimster. He's going to catch me. But will he pass? That's the question. Probably. Now that Schwartzman is gone from the front of this train, it's a case of how quick is whoever's at the front of it. At the minute, the person at the front of it is Leclerc, so he's just going to disappear. Then it's a case of how fast is Alonso, or how long do we have to wait for Alonso to pit. There you go, someone's pulled into the pits. Who was it? It was Alonso. It was Alonso. So we're now running in a net P13. We are P13 on pace. I do need that rain to come now, please. If that rain could come quick sooner rather than later, that would be absolutely lovely. We either hope that that rain comes sooner rather than later, or that when it comes, it's not hard enough to force a change to dry tyres. To wet tyres, sorry. Ocon's in the pits now. At this point, you've made your bed. Might as well stay out on the mediums until the rain comes down, no matter how long that is. It depends, though, because when it comes, it might not be heavy enough to warrant intermediate running. If it's just a bit of drizzle and you can still run in dry tyres, then I'm still going to need to pit for another set of mediums. Really holding Kimi and Ocon up now. Sorry, boys. I'm going to make my car as wide as possible. You are not coming through if I have anything to say about it.
We're expecting some rain soon. Expect the first drops in the next few minutes.
Well, if they could hurry up, please, that'd be great. Leclerc's pitting again. Leclerc's pitting again. Is if there's a safety car, and if there's a safety car, I can run in lean, and it won't cost me. It won't cost me in fuel. Kimi went for the outside there, but I don't know if I left enough room or not. I felt like I did, I mean, it's tight. It's tight, but I've probably left just enough room there. There is, I mean, he has room. He has room, albeit not much of it. He's then trying to turn, but can't because I'm still there, which forces him wide. And then Ocon's like, "Ta very much," and he gives him a clout on the way past for good measure as well. There is a way to mute Jeff Southampton, yes. Thumbnail sorted, you think? So that's the definition of close racing, isn't it, really? That's the definition of close racing. Yeah, I doubt I'd get in trouble for that either. Verstappen's in the pits again. So some of those front runners are pitting for a second time now. We are officially in the points.
Rain is imminent. Rain is imminent. Be careful out there. Dries seem like the fastest tyre at the moment.
Balls, bit of oversteer. Ocon's through. We're out the points. I think Kimi's pit for a front wing, but I think it was more for the connection with Ocon than it would have been for the bump with me. Ocon hit him a lot harder than I did. I'll leave it as mediums for now because it's still not wet enough. If the rain gets heavier, then we can consider coming in for inters. But the rain is going to have to get significantly heavier. It's still perfectly fine, dry running here in Singapore at the minute. Sainz is in the pits. Sainz is in the pits for a set of mediums. We pit the same lap as him before. Seb's in the pits too.
The tyre situation is an interesting one, but I think the right call is to stick with what we've got right now. Pit window open. Let's box this lap.
So we're currently P8. We are P8, and I need it to rain so heavily in the next 5 corners, or I'm going to have to pit for dries. I don't know as it's going to rain enough to warrant wet weather tyres. I just don't think it's going to rain enough. The undercut could ruin you if it could ruin me if it does rain, yes. Or if it does rain heavy enough for inters. But if it doesn't, then I'm still in a great position. I'm going to stay out till lap 38. If it's not rained heavy enough for wet tyres, intermediate tyres by lap 38, I am pitting for another set of dries. It is getting slippier, but only it's exaggerated by my really worn tyres. That's the problem. It's exaggerating by my
You're doing
worn
well out there.
tyres.
Keep it up. We're looking at about 10 more minutes of rain.
I'm
10
pitting.
minutes.
It's only going to rain for 10 mins. I'm pitting. I don't know what to do.
No tyre concerns at the moment. Just focus on the driving.
I'm pitting. I'm pitting. It's absolutely not wet enough. It's absolutely not wet enough. This will either make or break our race. I think inters would be okay right now, but it would just be an extra. It would just be an extra pit stop, an extra unnecessary pit stop. If I can creep round on brand new slick rubber at the same pace as everybody else, then we'll save a pit stop. A lot of others coming in now. Look, I think everyone's coming in for inters. Did I pit a lap too soon? I think I pit a lap too soon. But it's going to dry up in 10 minutes. It's going to dry up in 10 minutes time.
7.4 seconds.
This is the biggest gamble we've ever taken so far this season. I said I wanted to stop on lap 28, lap 38 as well, didn't I? Jeff said it was going to dry up in 10 minutes.
Incident on track resulting in loose debris. Fortunately, the marshals have managed to clear it up in time, and there are no plans for a safety car right now.
Jeff said it was going to dry up in 10 minutes. Jeff! God damn you! God, this is crazy. Just need it to dry up.
It looks like we'll be running on a dry track soon. Back to dry shortly.
Please! Please, Jeff! Oh, Jeff! Oh, Jeff! 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 Don't say that, don't do such... Don't speak such dirty words into my ear. You'll have me making a mess in my race suit. If I'd have trusted my instincts and stayed out till lap 38, like I said I was going
We're
to,
expecting the rain to hit us anytime now.
I would have
Looks
pit
like the weather is going to dry
just
up in about
the
5 minutes.
I would have
Inters
pitted
seem like
just the
fastest
right
tyre
time. I would have pitted just the right
now. A new
time
strategy is available
to
on
switch
the
to
MFD.
inters and be in the points.
Copy that.
So annoyed at myself. I had the opportunity to go to inters at just the right time, and we just made the wrong decision. Yeah, it literally said 43% chance of rain, early 40% chance of rain for a very minimal amount of time. You don't imagine that that is going to cause enough rain to warrant it needing dry weather.
Okay, the stewards have now enabled DRS.
Or wet weather
DRS
tyres, sorry.
is now online.
They're all on softs as well. Oh no, they're not all on softs. Hi, Mick. That's how close it is between our decision working out and our decision not working out. Excuse me, Mr. Schumacher, I'm coming through. Got a run on Kimi here. It's gone defensive. I hang around the outside and we are past Kimi Raikkonen. That is P17, gentlemen. P17.
Good job, nice overtake.
Hello, Robert. Team orders, please. Move. Excuse me, Robert. The inside at that corner this time. P16. Time to get after Russell. If the Alpine in front of Russell wasn't quite so close, we'd probably catch Russell in Sainz quite quickly, but because he's able to stick in the DRS of the Alpine in front of him in 13th, which would be Ocon or Alonso, more likely Ocon, I think. The gap is closing, but only by like a couple of tenths a lap. So it's not going to come down quickly enough at this rate for us to catch them before the end of the Grand Prix. I'll try though. You never know. I think they're fighting. If they do start to actually battle each other rather than just follow each other, then we could close the gap. I think run side by side for 2 or 3 corners in a row could save us a couple of seconds. I just need to get within a second of Sainz and then I can zip up to the back of them. But at the same time, I'm going to be wearing through my own tyres a lot harder because I'm driving like an absolute madman right now. The gap behind is now 8 seconds. 8 seconds. That DRS for Russell on Ocon at the minute is his saving grace. If it weren't for that, Sainz would have been past him laps ago. Because he has the DRS on the Alpine in front of him, he's able to just cling on to the back of Esteban Ocon. And he's just fast enough down the straights to stay ahead of Sainz. They're going to be so hard to overtake when we get there, though. That's the problem as well. Because I'm going to have the same problem Sainz is having on Russell. And obviously, that Ferrari's going to be damn quick. Remember earlier when I said we'd be being hunted and not doing the hunting, yeah, guess what? We're doing the hunting. Fernando, on his 40th birthday, in real life, putting in a hell of a performance here. Because he started alongside me, didn't he? He started P21, we started P22. I think my tyres have just not got it in them anymore as well, which doesn't help. 30% at the rear. Saints dealt with. How's that for a fucking lunge? Send it!
There's 3 laps of fuel remaining.
P15. That was a fucking move. That was heart in mouth though, wasn't it? Heart in mouth as we went for the inside line there. Even if we don't get any further, I'm glad we made it past at least one of them. I would have been so frustrated to chase them all down and then not get past any of them. Right, this is my last lap. Whoever's in first is about to win the race, and I want this position off George. And we've gotten it. Lewis wins the Grand Prix. We could have had points. If I'd have stuck to my guns and waited until lap 38 to pit off that first set of mediums, if I'd have stuck to my guns, we were positioned perfectly, absolutely perfectly to pit for Inters and come out in the points.
It's never easy to make it
But still, all that said, if you take a step back, P22 to P14, good race. P22 to P14, good race. And the prediction was, will we finish P17 or higher? And the answer is yes. Those of you that predicted yes, you've got yourself some channel points. Thank you for the follow, GWiz Sports. Welcome to the channel, guys.
Mercedes are on top form once again after an excellent race weekend.
Lance Stroll on the podium. Lance Stroll on the podium. Hello.
It's a great result.
Look out.
Lewis Hamilton,
Lewis from Valtteri from Lance.
So then,
Yuki finished P5.
The drivers' championship.
Oh, man.
After an incredible day of racing, who was your driver of the day, Ant?
I think it has to be Fernando Alonso.
We could probably have gotten points in that race.
Consistently had the pace to come
but
through
have
as
just
well.
managed
Let's move on to the constructors. Mercedes continue
to
to
stick to
extend
my
their
guns.
lead. And with that, we wrap up another
I'm so
weekend of
annoyed.
motorsports.
It's a great
With more races
drive,
lined up,
but I'm
be
still
sure to
really
join us
annoyed.
when we come back with more Formula One.
Oh, that was racing at its purest. Just
Great work out there today. Let's
full
hear
on
your
send
thoughts.
it for lap after
You're
lap
beating
after lap.
all expectations. Would you say we all underestimated you?
Yes, quite frankly, I'm a little offended.
Did you feel that things went well for you today?
Yes, absolutely.
Did you feel comfortable in the wet weather today?
100%.
What was the secret ingredient for your performance today?
The car was perfectly balanced, I think.
Appreciate your time.
Oh. Yeah, if we'd have stayed out on that first set of mediums until lap 38, like I said I was planning on doing, then we would have been able to pit to Inters on whilst we were in the points. Whilst that was a great drive, we've missed out on the potential. We might not have gotten them. We might not have gotten them, but we missed out on the potential of points there.
And we're making good profit against our running costs.
Again, I'm gonna put the activity into the teammate, but I am now. I go to corporate and contracts, level 8, so I can upgrade here, I can upgrade here, I can upgrade here, and I can upgrade here. That is fantastic. It's cost me about $750,000, but it's the right thing to do. It's the right thing to do. Right, 900 resource points. I'm not going to be able to spend them yet. Let's have a look.
Has requested your input on this one.
Oh, absolutely.
Thanks.
For the sake of
I know
50k,
these kinds of
plus
decisions
7
can be
racecraft for
But I think you
the
made
next
right
Grand
call.
Prix. Absolutely, we'll do that. Please tell me these bits are going to pass. Reshaped. No, the diffuser
I
didn't
know we were
pass.
expecting some
Oh,
new
I neither did
developments
the
to come
engine
through,
cover.
but some of them have failed quality
Oh,
control.
Christ. That's
We need to tell the
pain.
team what to redevelop via
That
the
is
R&D
pain.
screen.
Oh, how much is that going to cost? 312. Oh, man. That's pain. That's real pain. Well, for the sake of the YouTube video, that will bring us to a close for today. Hopefully you guys enjoyed that. That was pretty frenetic from my point of view, but thoroughly, thoroughly enjoyable. Thank you very much for watching. Drop the video a like if you've enjoyed, and make sure you subscribe to the channel here on ChesnoidPlays if you haven't already, so you don't miss out on any further highlights. Of course, if you want to watch the streams live, then there's a link in the description to the Twitch channel where you can come and follow and watch them live as well. But for now, for the YouTube video, thank you very much for watching, lads. I'll see you next time.